the week. Walt Disney World has officially announced a reopening date coming July the 11th in a phased reopening for theme parks. It is official now as Walt Disney World's phased reopening plans have gone through to the Orange County mayor for approval, who has, and to the governor of the state of Florida, who has also approved plans to move forward. As Walt Disney World officially opens July the 11th with Magic Kingdom and Animal Kingdom coming online first, we then we'll start to see other parks come online. So July the 15th, we will see Epcot join the ranks, as well as Disney's Hollywood Studios. Let's get the initial reaction. We've been waiting for this news for a while. We've been speculating for a long time as to when the parks might reopen, what dates they might put forth, as so much in Orlando seems to have been brought back online for, sort of beginning in June. We definitely thought Disney would follow suit in some capacity, and I believe it was Katrina who had predicted that it would be July, right?
Yeah. It's a little too early, but I'm still taking the win because I still said July.
Yeah, you did. Tyler, how you feeling about a July 11th return for two parks, and then a couple days later seeing Epcot and Hollywood Studios come online? Interesting strategy, huh?
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of, I think we've all been kind of saying that they're probably going to do a staggered opening for the parks. And I'm kind of with Katrina where it feels too early still. And like you said, when we were chatting over the week, Wade, that they mentioned how the infection rate has been down in the county. And it's kind of like, well, yeah, that just shows that quarantine is working. And I don't know, maybe that'll go up when more people from around the world start coming. Hopefully not. But I'm excited. I am excited, and I'm happy that things are going to definitely be rolling for when we are planning on going out in November and things like that. So I'm excited, but I am cautiously optimistic.
Cautiously optimistic, I think, is a great way to put it. Garrett, July 11th, Walt Disney World reopening. How you feeling about it?
I feel pretty good about that, even though it's a little bit later than my June 22nd guess. I'm very ecstatic. I think it's good because Disney is going to allow places such as Universal, Orlando, and SeaWorld to open up, and they'll be able to see how things are being handled, and then they can change their plans, whether to loosen it or tighten guidelines and such. So I think it's a good date. Unfortunately, we won't get the 4th of July fireworks spectacular that everyone is excited about, but at this point, I'm just happy to have the parks back and to have some magic, because I think the magic's been trapped in those gates, and now it's going to burst open, and we're going to feel that magic.
Is that what it looks like when you feel it?
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, it's just
wow.
Like that, except it's usually in there's usually like doves coming out. But since I'm in the Magic Kingdom, I can't really bring out the doves.
I understand.
So there's a lot of doves, and a couple reindeer.
Yeah, feel that magic. There's an intensity to it.
So it's like Santa Claus and a magician got together.
That's a
or
so descriptive.
Like
I felt like I was there
with Sven the reindeer.
Oh my. Sweet Sven. Well, looking forward to a July 11th and July 15th opening for Walt Disney World theme parks. And that comes along with some other things in terms of soft openings, as Jim McPhee, the senior vice president of Walt Disney World, came to announce. It looks like during the presentation in which they made before the Orange County Task Force in order to announce Walt Disney World's return, that looks like there's going to be several audiences experiencing Walt Disney World before the July 11th opening. It appears that they are planning on doing a reopening with cast previews and doing some soft preview days for annual pass holders, as well as DVC members, Disney Vacation Club members, and Club 33 members as well, in which advanced reservations may be required. I can totally see that happening. And further details have yet to be released as to how those soft openings are going to go, but certainly a way to sort of commit to Disney's most, I think, dedicated groups. That's Disney's most dedicated demographic will certainly be given the first opportunity to come experience the parks, Magic Kingdom, Animal Kingdom. Knowing this, being annual pass holders, Katrina and Tyler, you're coast-to-coast annual pass holders. So knowing this, if you guys were invited, is this something that you would go to as a soft opening, or are you going to hold out for maybe after they get their trial run in?
I think we would definitely hold out. I mean, especially considering we have to fly all the way across the country to get there, and then you're going to have to probably have reservations to get into the parks, I'm guessing, even though it's going to be like a soft open. I think we would want to wait and see how they handle it. I mean, I think I even want to wait and see how they handle Disneyland before I go back the first day or two, so.
We would be homeless because the resorts won't even be open. Who knows? Like, we don't know which resorts are going to be open and whatnot. So we have to get like a hotel. But if I was a local, I would still not go.
Yeah. And this, you bring up a great point. Oh, there's a local. You bring up a great point, and that is that many of the resort hotels aren't even online yet in terms of making reservations, and that's something that we'll definitely dive into here. But that's something that even just moments before going into sort of this content, we were trying to book a reservation for anywhere between July 11th and the 17th, and it just can't be done yet. It's not open, so they're sort of rebuilding the wheel, if you will, when it comes to how they operate out at Walt Disney World. But back to the question, Garrett, you're considered a local. If you get invited, is that something that you would consider doing, jumping in for those soft previews?
I would. Of course, I'm in a different situation than most people, being from Orlando now, and I would go there because I want to see what they would implement, and I would to the T follow every guideline that they have, because to be invited to a preview is truly a unique experience. I've been able to do that with a couple of attractions, such as the World of Pandora, and I know just how sacred those are. And even though we're in this COVID-19 world, I want to experience it and see it all, and I want to share that magic with everyone and all our wonderful viewers, because it needs to be experienced, and I'll just share it until everyone else gets to see it.
Oh, very good. Yeah, Walt Disney World coming back online is a big deal for the travel industry, a very big deal for so many of the Orlando attractions that, sort of operate and function out there in Florida. And this is something that, as they've come online, I know that there's been a lot of speculation as to, when that was going to happen. And now, they're going to wait until July, whereas so many are opening their doors, Universal being, I think, the next big dog in the yard, Universal opening up in June. And I've heard two things from the CEO of Disney this week. And one was very much we're Disney, we're bigger, so we care. So we're going to wait and be absolutely certain of safety and health and all of that. And that's why we've moved it to July. And then I've heard in a different interview he said, logistically, we couldn't open in June. There was no way, because we are completely overhauling our system and everything that we're trying to do in terms of reservations and the way we get people set up. And so everything that we knew up until this point is very different. And so things are changing. And so we couldn't realistically do it until July. So it's going to give us a little bit of time to figure things out. So it's an argument, I guess, that works both ways for the favor of the company, but certainly something that is nice to hear that they're trying to figure out a new way to do things in a post isolation quarantine world, where more and more people are venturing out, more and more states are opening up, and now our Magic Kingdom is coming back online for the first time. So more details to come as Disney releases them, more details to come as reservations come online for hotels and how the properties are going to work, and if even all of the hotels come back online for the first round of visitors. We will certainly see as days march on.
To all who come to this happy place, welcome.